Hello, hello, hello. Episode 69. Very nice.
We managed to make it. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we're excited for tonight.
Billy, how we doing?
Doing great. How you guys doing?
We're doing good, bud. Good. I'm really glad we were able to make this thing that we scheduled many weeks ago. Clearly, this was not a last minute booking at all. So I'm glad we got this worked out, man.
Try to get this fish tank in the background. That's
Oh,
I like it always.
how's that?
Oh,
what all do you have in there?
Cichlids. So it's
yeah.
Oh, nice.
and the African, the Synodontis catfish.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay. Look at you, man. Look at you. We're gonna have to help Billy sell some more snakes, guys, so he can buy a computer instead of using an iPad.
I don't know. I saw his Instagram stories a couple days ago, and the amount of boxes I saw that they were packing up, it wore me out.
Buddy, it's good stuff.
So, yeah, guys, we did really well. Really, for the last 2 weeks altogether, sales have been fantastic. Which we've had a lot of clutches go online as well, so that's helped a lot.
It helps to clear stuff out. So you did. We'll jump right into it. You did Palm Street 2 weeks ago now? A week ago? A week ago.
Yeah.
Palm Street was a week ago yesterday.
Yeah.
So
How did you like it? I know we talked a lot about it at Bob's show. How'd you like it?
I do like it. I think it's a good place. It's a good place to talk about your if you want to talk about projects and things like that, it's a good place to interact with customers. So it's a good place to bring in new people, I think, to the hobby. So there's likes and dislikes. The main thing, thanks, Mikey. So the main thing that I take from it is it's a good place to interact and bring in new people to work with you on your projects. So I really like that aspect of it, where you can market the things that you're working on and deal with people that you're not going to deal with every single day, but then the same people we deal with every day can go there as well.
Yeah, that's nice, and it's nice that there's kind of a platform where we can introduce a whole new customer base and get people into the hobby and kind of share about how much we love what we do.
Yeah, we did great with it, though. I mean, we moved, I think, 39 snakes total.
Yeah.
And then last night we had Reptico's auction on Palm Street. So that's Channing's first auction, and it didn't do so well. So, sales-wise, it did well, but operating it from the Gecko facility where we're not used to operating from, we had internet issues and just all kinds of things go wrong. And we really suffered with that. That didn't go well at all, but
that's
we
okay.
learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, we learned a lot. So next time, Channing's will go better. So
good.
That's awesome.
So for yesterday's auction, basically all geckos and hognoses. Did y'all do hognoses as well?
Yeah, last night we did hognose. Nothing else is allowed in the ball python facility. We let nothing in there.
That's a smart move, my man.
It is.
We quarantine ourselves before we go in it. So.
Oh, buddy, I'm right there with you on that one. Yeah. Justin actually made that joke. I was down there and I asked him, I was like, does it make you nervous when people come into the facility? He's like, well, yeah, of course. He's like, don't you? And as he started saying, don't you feel nervous? He's like, never mind. You literally don't let anyone in. I was like, correct. No one walks in the door. I was like, I might if friends came in from out of town and they'd been away from other reptiles for a couple of days, they probably could walk in, but that would be about it.
That's the way we operate here. So if it's customers picking up rodents and things like that, and they've already been in their facilities, if it's not scheduled with us to come up and visit, we do not allow it like that. It's really by appointment only, and no walk-in really, other than if you've not been in a reptile facility all that day.
Yeah, and honestly, man, even that, I'll meet local people and I drive 10 minutes to meet them because I don't want them close to my facility.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we have our little lobby kind of kitchen area. That was my big thing in the drawing, because at the old facility, you'd walk in the front door and it would be into our adult side, you're just in the snakes. So I'm really glad we have that. So if we do have pickups, typically they just go there.
Love it.
Late arrival.
Are you talking about me or Billy? Because either way, that's kind of hurtful. I love it. Oh my God, that's amazing. How we doing, Channing?
Good. How about you?
Oh, we're living the dream. Your dad said you ruined y'all stream yesterday. Was that your fault?
Yeah, we should have had them more in order than we did. It kind of got out of whack whenever we started pulling them.
So one of the big takes from the Palm Street with Channing's is put your ID number first. Because with the snakes, with the geckos, there's so many genetics that are alike. With the snakes, I could see the genetics, and it would kind of tell me which snake to pick up if we've got a certain amount of snakes.
Yeah.
But with the geckos, like we had so many tangerine, soft scale, animals like that we didn't put the ID number first, and we really messed up with that. We should either put the name of the gecko or the ID number first.
Yeah.
Because when you go back to search, it cuts off that little bit, and you can't tell. You cannot tell which gecko you're trying to sell.
Troy did one before I did, and he had called me right after his, and he was like, "Hey, I have to like reorganize a bunch of stuff because I lost track of what sold." And that's what he told me, and that's why like on my auctions you'll see like ID number, sex, and then morphs, right? Just because that way, worst case scenario, I got an ID number there that I can deal with on the back end. So yeah, it's essential. But it so did you, for the ball python one, were you organized like we talked about, or did you just go crazy and just freewheeling and dealing?
I did it just like I told you I was going to do it. I just went crazy.
And how did it go?
I thought that worked out great because which I had a lot of animals out.
Yeah.
But as I got the feel of the room, I'm like, they want cheaper animals. So I mean, we know that off the bat with Palm Street, but I mean, there are investors there, but they want good deals. That's why they're there, or they just pick it straight offline, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that the way I did it worked really well because I was able to. It worked me to death. Like I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But anyway, it worked really well because I was able to just kind of, if people asked for something or if they looked for something that we already had, I could just go ahead and pull it. We just went willy-nilly on what people wanted, and it worked out really well. I was really happy with it.
Good, man.
And we should have done the gecko one like that. So we preloaded and it was going to be all organized like that.
Yeah.
And because of those numbers not being in the right place, it was a disaster.
So it was my fault. Okay.
That makes sense. I think it's all your fault, Patrick.
It's funny. I went and I did my auction the day after y'all, and I went willy-nilly because I was like, yeah, you know what? Billy said it worked out. And oh my God, I've never been more stressed doing an auction. I'm the exact opposite.
But you were by yourself, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so see, I had Channing to control the snakes on the table, and then I had Dawn entering everything into the auction, and then I was able to roam the room and get the things that we needed.
See, he had a whole crew going, Patrick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, fair. I wouldn't recommend like you doing it that way. There's no way. Like there'd be no way to do that by yourself, or it'd be slow and hard.
It was slow. It took me. Now, I mean, I vamped and I talked and showed off some other animals while I was going. But I think I only auctioned off about 20 animals in an hour and 15 minutes. So
yeah,
it was slow going for sure.
But there's nothing wrong with that, because 20 animals at a show.
Oh, buddy, yeah. No, and that's the thing I've kind of told people. With the nice thing with Palm Street is it's almost like going to a reptile show at home, and most of the animals you're selling are show animals. Now you got to be a little selective on what you're putting on there, unless you're going to put a price and just understand stuff's not going to sell. But
you've got to be willing to let plenty not sell if you want to get better prices. I mean, and like repeat customers, just like everybody gives discounts on their repeat customers and things like that. So that's a normal in the industry, and of course with our overseas customers and things like that. So that's the way we look at it. We look at everything. Anytime someone's reaching out to us, we do it on a case-by-case, individualized basis to where we want to work with the people that want to work with us.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's been good. It's been good for me. Troy over here is just going ham. Love it.
He must be bored tonight.
You know what? He called me and he said he was so excited for Don to come on our show, and I was like, I don't know if Don's coming on the show, Troy, but I wasn't gonna say it to him. I couldn't crush his heart. I love it so much. Yeah,
More
man,
again, Troy.
Oh, so so are more Palm Streets in the future?
Absolutely, yeah. We'll probably schedule one. I would say once a month. But now,
Okay.
you know, we were really, you know, wanting to bring in customers and have a good time on that first live. So we won't always discount like we discounted on that one. And
Yeah.
you know, on some projects we will discount more, but it just depends on how much we have of something and things that we want to move out, things like that. But for the most part, you know, we're gonna hold to competitive prices. It's nothing where we want to hurt the industry. I think it's a good place to sell really pretty pet quality type animals that bring people into the industry. And you know, it's a place for people to ask plenty of questions that need to learn. It's a good place for you to answer questions.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. You know, for me, one of the things that I really enjoy is I almost look at it as like a YouTube or Instagram live that I can easily sell a snake through. You know?
Yeah, it almost comes down to like an ask me anything about the animals, but then you're also able to sell them at the same time, which is really convenient. And it's kind of
like
nice.
It's a nice AMA. I'm with you, Billy. I tried to do them weekly, and I just found like the value wasn't there to do it weekly. Unless you just have tons of byproduct, and you know, we try not to have a lot of pet byproduct, the same as all you guys, right? We have it. So I think probably monthly is where I'm going to be at, and it'll probably just take the place of one of my other social media outlets once a month. You know,
that's what we're thinking with Rice Reptiles will be probably about once a month, and then Channing's, because of the different species that she has, she probably could do one every 2 weeks.
Cool.
Yeah. You could always rotate, I guess, with the geckos and then the hogs and.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, and which is kind of tough to mix like the geckos, like because the hognose are in their own facility, the geckos are in their own facility, and the ball pythons are in their own facility, and so we have a minute amount of hognose. We really do not have very many of them at all, so they just kind of stay in our pool house, and we keep the temperature up for them. But the geckos have their own facility, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
These are all cresteds?
No, we have some leechies and some
gargles.
Yeah, gargles.
How many geckos do y'all have?
You do not want to know.
No, I'm curious now.
Is this another Channing liked these, so now you are breeding them and have a big selection, just like the hogs?
I'll put it to you this way: we've been breeding for 3 years, and we just started selling.
Billy, guys, that's a lot of geckos.
I'll tell you, we have probably, I'd say 550 or more.
Oh, you know, that's better than that's better than I thought. I accidentally ended up with almost 200 because I was in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
I started with like 20, and then all of a sudden I wasn't selling the babies, and they just grow up so fast and they're so cute.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I have 200. So I don't anymore because it's so much work. But all right, that's not terrible. That's not as bad as I thought it might be. That's a good amount of geckos.
I was going to say 550 geckos. That's still a lot, plus the hogs and the ball pythons.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Yeah, so we have right now in the ball python room, we're at like, I think, a little under 800. And we were just like 3 or 4 weeks ago at 850. So
nice.
That's including hatchlings and everything.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so you're about the same size as me then.
Yeah.
All right, so how many clutches are we aiming for this year then on the ball pythons?
I'm hoping we make it back to 100. We were at 111 last year. I'm worried about it a little bit this year because we have so many young females, and we may have oversold our females this year.
No, it's not possible. I promise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it doesn't hurt, let go of a female. You've held on to them too long. That's what Justin tells me.
Yes, sir.
So, and it's not hurting to let go of some of those. So that means either we need to up our quality of females, or we need to let them go even faster. So
I think there's in my mind there's a delicate balance there. I don't disagree with if it doesn't hurt to let it go, it's too slow, but like you don't want to be like, oh, it's time for you to go. then it's too late in my mind, right?
Yeah.
But if there's that balance where you're just like, what am I going to do with you? And especially like, I just listed probably 15 females and it was literally, I ultrasounded and I was like, well, none of y'all look like you're going this year and I'm not using you next year. So here you go,
Yeah.
world.
We've moved out at least 40 something this year so far.
Okay.
And I mean, we've got more. I mean, there's tons. So Justin come down and we installed clutch into the room. And when we got done, we went through the entire collection and we marked so many animals for sale right then and so many animals for sale right after they lay.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of animals moving out.
Yeah. I was talking with Justin about this before Bob's show. And one of the things that I always have appreciated with Justin and what they do is, Justin and Tracy, I'll have a very curated collection, right?
Yeah.
It is. I know a lot of people think Justin's collection is small. It is, or big. It is not big. It is, relatively speaking, for a large scale breeder, it is itty bitty.
We are a boutique ball python breeder.
I don't know if I'd go boutique. I think, but small for a large breeder for sure. And when you go through the collection, right, like some of the stuff in there did surprise me. I was like, what are we doing with this? And like you have that conversation, you get some of the logic behind it, but it's condensed, right? It's just very power packed so that you're just getting as much bang for your buck constantly. And so it's a good thing to go through the collection and prune it constantly. Really, I think it shows a lot of self-discipline, which is good.
Oh yes.
But I think that's a problem for a lot of people though, is they don't curate their collections and then it just becomes stagnant. And then they start falling behind on newer projects, newer combos, and then they have all these animals they have to feed, but they're not really doing anything for them or kind of leading them into the future.
Right. Or they end up just making clutches for the sake of making clutches, which I am a big proponent of, like, always breed your females, but like we also don't want to just do shitty pairings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people need to look at it in a way that if you're selling the females, they're also going to help you purchase more females. You can either upgrade the females that you got or you sell everything you got to buy better females. So it's just another whole market for you. It's another source of revenue, another income stream for you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
I found myself, when I sell off all these females, I end up just taking that money and, generally speaking, putting it into like some stupid nice male, because then that male is going to be ready for the next round of females I'm already holding back, right? So
yeah, we do a lot of that. We bring in really nice males and put them through the females we have, and that works out great. I mean, that's a great way to continue to up a collection.
Absolutely.
Because every round they make you hold back 10% of your best females that you make, or either you sell all those females, that you sell everything that you make and you buy a better female that you didn't make, that you needed to make.
Yes.
Buddy, that's something else too. And that's maybe where I think the difference between the hobbyist and the professional breeder is, right? Is buying an animal that you missed on to save the time just makes sense a lot of times. If you can afford to do it, you need to do it. Because there's a reason you were trying to make it, right?
Yes. We're living proof of that. Because, I mean, we've been doing that for this will be going on 11 years. 11 years of constantly doing that.
It's crazy, dude.
Math.
Very good at that.
Yeah,
11 years. 11 years.
You were 4.
Wait, yeah.
4. She's going on 15. It's 11 years of this.
Yeah.
Of constantly selling everything. We never kept anything back then. We weren't making any of our holdbacks. In the early days, we sold absolutely everything we made to buy something better.
Yeah. Well, you had to keep Justin in business. I get it.
We've got a lot of animals from a lot of people. Like, seriously, but when we got very serious and I started dropping crazy amounts of money from our sales and from my other businesses and things, I did focus in on buying from Justin, because I wanted to make sure when I was buying that much that I had someone else that I knew had the eye for the genetics. I wanted a high quality of every single gene brought in. It didn't matter if it was just yellow belly. I wanted the best yellow belly out there.
Yep. Oh, I get it, man. I think it drives people crazy sometimes, like this idea of like, oh, buy from, long-standing breeders and things like that. But part of, like, especially if you're spending that kind of money, there's a security in knowing that person's been around for 20 years and will probably be around for another 20, right?
Yeah.
So There's a lot of
Yeah,
security.
and too, like, I mean, Justin's in Georgia with us, so it made sense when you start researching online and you find out, at the time, JKR Reptiles is right here in our state. They're the top
Perfect.
food chain, that it made sense to go there. So, and I knew the area, so I grew up there for a good amount of my life. I was right there. Billy, what?
I think the answer is zero, Troy. You know what though? I think I bought a pastel lace clown from y'all years ago.
You did, yeah.
Yeah. He was the founder of all of my lace stuff. He was great.
He was the founder of all of our lace stuff, and everybody loves our lace. So I mean, there you go.
Because it's actual lace. It's a big business.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Let's open that can of worms tonight.
Oh, you know what? All I'm gonna say is there's a lot of people
Broken hearts.
a lot of broken hearts, and people crawfish real fast when you call them out on stuff. Let me tell you, it's entertaining.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why the test hasn't come out yet, right, guys?
It's coming out soon, buddy.
I know, but imagine, like, I know it's coming out soon, but that's the reason why it's taking so long is because this is something where it's going to break a lot of hearts, and that test has got to be dead on.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of backtracking on a lot of animals.
No. Oh, I love it. Charlie and I talked about the lace test today. So there is, man. It's I could rant for 5 hours on just lace and breeders selling fake laces that at this point know they're selling fake laces, and it is what it is.
Yeah, there's probably a percent that do think that, but then there's a lot of people that just they want to see something so bad and they hope it's there. They see a higher quality.
Yeah.
And they just it's not something that where they're trying to be nefarious or anything like that. They just want to have that cool animal and they think they've hit it.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think what frustrates me is at this point, like one of the things that if you don't understand this yet, guys, I think everybody in this room who has lace stuff can explain. Lace starts out the worst it will ever look. As it gets older, it gets brighter, it gets hazier, it shifts dramatically. If your animal gets even a smidge darker through its entire life, it's not lace. Period.
That's exactly right. You keep it at 500 grams, you rule out whether it's lace or not. You will
immediately. Yeah.
Yep.
And so it drives me crazy when these people will send, they send a baby picture and they're like, see, it's lace. I'm like, what does it look like now? And then you look at it. And
it's just brown.
It's brown. It's not lace. It's not lace.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It sucks to suck.
Yeah. I hate seeing that. It's a lot of it. And I agree with you guys though, too, because I think everyone, when you really want to see something, it's much easier to see. Even for Justin and I, we'll see stuff in the egg and then coming out of the incubator. And we're like, oh, I think this is it. And then we're like, wait, is this just because we want to really see it right now?
It's heartbreaking.
Oh my goodness.
Troy's out of control. So I look at my wife and I see Dawn. And then I get disappointed. That does not.
Lisa's gonna kill you.
Troy is out of control. I love it.
Oh, he needs to be put down.
I agree. He does need to be put down. Let's make that happen at Tinley. We all beat him up.
Thank you, Mikey. I'm gonna have to cancel my trip to Raleigh.
Oh.
Those are fighting words for Troy. You better be careful.
That's true. Yeah, that's been an interesting thing that as Charlie and I have talked more, and he sent me pictures of stuff that he's been testing and working with. A lot of people will they're like, oh, I got a white lace, and then you look at the picture and you're like, no, what you have is just a lace, and the reason you think it's white lace is because all the other stuff was not lace.
Yeah. We see that a lot.
Oh, man.
A lot of people think that with it, and it's because lace can be so amazing in an animal that you'll think it's white lace when it's not. I mean, the difference in white lace is so apparent when you hit it. It's amazing the difference. Like if you just breed longer, it's just like anything else. Once you hatch the same thing, it's like say you're in the Batman or Pompeii project, any project that you're in. Once you hatch these animals and you have 5 or 6, 7 clutches in it, then you're going to be good with it and you're going to understand what's with it. If you want to be good with it and you're really trying to learn. But I mean, if you want to push animals off on people, then that's the route you're going to go.
Of course, yeah. that's been something, you know, Charlie and I were talking. I send him a clutch of stuff that he's like, why are we testing for these genes? And I was like, I just want to make sure what I see is what your test is saying, right? Because it's the same thing. You get familiar with the stuff you're hatching. And sometimes you just want to double check and be like, is my eye seeing what I think it should see? You know, and it's good to do. So,
Absolutely.
I love it, man. So, what is the favorite gene in the collection, Billy?
Lace.
Good
That was
answer.
easy.
Yeah, I assumed it was, but you know what? I was giving it hope. You know, maybe there's something.
Yeah,
else.
lace, hurricane, and it just depends on the project and where you're headed with it. So, like, I love the way our clowns het monsoon are looking versus the actual visual monsoon clowns. I like the hets. I think they're very cool. So I'm looking forward to what we do with hets and some of them. I think they're going to be absolutely mind blowing.
It's funny. I almost like the clown het monsoon stuff better than the monsoon clown stuff.
It shows up so well, even though it's het.
It does. It shows up. I mean, I'm gonna die on the hill that monsoon is.
Here we go.
It's not.
It's co-dom.
It is an incomplete dominant, and so is zebra. But you know what? It's okay. The industry can call it what it wants. But I'm with you. I
agree with you on that on monsoon for sure, and then zebra. I mean, possibly, but
I get it.
But I mean, I really like hurricane stuff. So hurricane is another thing that I like, and of course I like our shredder stuff. I mean, everybody can see that because there's not one online anymore now. So I took them down.
I'm the monsoons being recessive. That's always the fun thing with scientifically. If you can see a quote unquote het, it's not recessive.
If you can pick out a head, it's not recessive. Period. That's the way recessive traits work. And monsoon is, oh my god. I mean, the hets are so painfully obvious.
Same with zebra. I agree. And the babies are so kind of gray in the egg. It's really interesting with zebra stuff. But yeah, it's the same situation where.
Did you guys see the Pied's het zebra that we hatched? There was a little bit of hooks in the swirl. I mean,
yes.
Justin sent me a picture of them. We were talking about that.
Yeah. I thought it looked really cool.
I hope if we hit the visual, I mean, we get something there. I mean, I don't think it's going to be world beater or anything like that in the project, but I don't want to downplay it too much either, because I mean, anything that we can do with Pieds to help the project. I mean, Pied needs another recessive that can do something with it.
It needs some. I actually really like the monsoon Pied stuff. I'll be honest.
I'm loving our lace Pied stuff. That stuff has been amazing.
Yes. Buddy, that's the win.
The sunset. I'm not a big fan of sunset stuff, but sunset Pieds have been pretty nice. Like, because I mean, it's just like a gold rich color to them as they age. I really like that color.
I think for me, hypo needs to be there for that.
Yeah.
Just personal with the lace pied stuff. One of the things I told Justin I was happy to see at his place was he had an orange dream yellow belly lace pied, and it was like 1,000 grams and still orange, like a good like tangerine orange, and that made me happy because we hatch out these crazy looking orange dream pied combos, and then 300 grams later they look like dog shit, right? They're yellow and it's just disappointing. And the lace coming in there and helping it retain that orange tangerine color just was like, thank God. That's like a gene that's going to help save some of that stuff. So
big time.
I can't wait to see like white lace versions of that, because we had a lace fire yellow belly inchy pied, and that thing's almost breeder size now, and he is absolutely stunning. I mean, he's better than he was day one. It's crazy how well he looks.
Dude, I love it. It's good stuff. Do you zebra clown stuff? You hatched any yet?
We're working on it. So we've hit some triple heads. We're just skipping forward and going ahead and doing Desert Ghost zebra clowns.
Yeah.
So we've hit 2 good clutches of spot nose. Has pastel in the mix, which I think is good with zebra, but maybe with some stuff we see, maybe not with the clowns. I mean, it could be better without it in the clowns with the right genes. But see, we've got spot nose, fire, yellow belly, all of that in that project.
Perfect.
That's really the 2 clutches that we've hit in that so far. We have more pairings for that, but we're also going like with a lot of desert go, like quad head, desert goes, hypo clown pieds. We're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying
Those
to
will be.
trying to get multiple codoms in the pieds there.
Yeah, I think right now I've got one more clutch delay in the short term for zebra clown stuff.
Nice.
So we'll see. And then I actually think I've just cut some clutches, and I think I've had some really cool combo DG puzzles
Nice.
in the
That's
egg.
good.
And those are actually our first potential visual DG puzzles we've actually made, because we're a boutique breeder, Patrick.
Shut up. I can't even. Yeah, the world does need more Trojans.
Oh, 100%. Trojan stuff's just chef's kiss.
I actually, I paired up. He locked up yesterday. I paired a Trojan double het clown pied female to a DG clown double het hypo pied male, and so hoping to start just shove that into the quad project and just see how it turns out, because I love me some Trojan stuff. It's so good.
We're going the same route with that, with triple and quad recessives in it.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Super Trojan, a Super Trojan.
Yeah.
Bred to an orange dream desert ghost clown, double het hypopod.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be good, man. I like it. Yeah, that's exciting. I think I made a Super Trojan Confusion Clown this year, but I'm just not sure. And it's really annoying. Like, I sent pictures of Justin, and Justin was like, maybe, but I kind of hope not. And I'm like, well, it doesn't look like a normal Trojan Confusion Clown. So you tell me. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see how it ages.
That's what we said when we shed tested for zebra in the pieds. I was glad that they come back het, because we could see a little bit of movement there.
Yes.
I was like, I'm so glad that's just hits, because now maybe it's even better when we go with the visual.
Yeah, for sure. Are y'all working tri-stripe stuff at all?
Do not have any of it.
Neither.
I like it, but I think it's one of those ones where I don't know where else to go with it other than like Desert Ghost, Hypo, things like that. And that's not saying it's not going to work in a lot of places. I just don't know if I want to put all my time and energy there before I see somebody else hit something, then I just pick up one of them.
Buddy,
there you go. Yeah, we've got 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm right there with you though, Billy. There's certain projects that I have just avoided like the plague, not because I mean, tri-stripes look cool, but I don't have the vision.
You can see where you go dark with it, and you go maybe Desert Ghost Xanthics.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be a very cool look, but where do you go after that? Like, I mean, you go with beautiful colors in it, but if you do anything that moves it too much and takes away the pattern, then you've taken away the tri-stripe that you're working with.
Yeah, this, exactly. Tri-stripe, DG hypo. Yeah, this is why I'm not touching it, because the only directions are just the layers, and
it's years of layering. It's not a simple layer.
And it doesn't mean it's not going to be good. Like people should do that because they're going their own lane and doing their own thing. I like tri-stripe. I don't know personally what you do with it. Like I don't know. Like I want to go really crazy with some stuff, and the things that I'm mostly working with, that I want way more puzzle stuff, because I like puzzle stuff. I've liked that from the start. I had pushback from Justin on that. So Justin that's why
I get pushback in the snake room, because I like puzzle stuff, and I'm like, okay, but I want to make this. I want to add this to it. I finally have beaten him down though, to where he's like, you know what, you're doing it. You're in charge of it. You go for it.
That's what though. I think part of that, right, is it just doesn't work with clown, and I think that hurts the recessive side when it doesn't work with clown. It's like, well, we're killing an entire recessive essentially.
Well, that's why we need to not just that's why I want things to work so well with pied, because pied is something that I think everyone coming in the industry, like, that catches you and turns your head when you walk by a table if you've never seen one. Like us that's around the industry every day, something like that kind of gets old to us because we've seen it forever and we know we've worked with it and we can't do so much with it. But now that we're seeing the change in the like Desert Ghost hypo clown pieds and things like that, then that's adding another another whole dimension to everything that we're going to do with it. But I just want to see other recessives like say monsoon or just anything like that could stand on its own and go crazy combos with. Because there's no telling how many just crazy animals by concentrating on clown as much as all of us do. There's no telling how many crazy non-recessive animals that could be made right now that aren't being made at all because people are putting value on codoms.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings on that because I feel like for 10 years that's what people did, and we ended up with like thousands of yellow snakes.
Yeah.
Or blank. They were blank.
Yeah.
Just blank.
And then you'd get like, what is this? And it's just silver. And it's like,
Like,
okay,
oh.
look.
Yeah, I do agree with you though, Billy. Like we focus on one thing and things kind of go to the wayside. And there were a couple of animals at Justin's where he was just like, he showed me and I was like, I like that. Like that's not an animal I ever would have made. I wouldn't have thought this was going to turn out. And he's like, yeah, we just kind of made it because it happened and it worked out. And so I like, I think you're right. Sometimes
We do have our happy accidents once in a while.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's always nice to have that.
I'm working Luigi. I'm not working Mario.
Oh, that was cringy.
It's a me, a Mario.
We
Is that
love
cultural
Mario,
appropriation?
so we've got
you?
Mario into we've got Spot Nose Mario, which I love Spot Nose and Mario together. We got Spot Nose Mario Desert Ghosts that are het VPI Xanthic and Clown, het VPI Xanthic and Clown, and one's a female, probably around 700-800 grams, and the male's about 700 or 800 grams.
What?
So,
All right, Billy, convince me. Why do I need to buy it?
Mario,
Yeah.
have you seen our dark jeans with Mario?
I mean, I've looked through Justin's Mario stuff. Is yours
What?
better than Justin's? Probably.
Oh.
I think ours are definitely better, but
I like it.
being our Marios come from Justin, we had the OG Mario, so
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You did get our OG Mario.
So and we have the Chimera one with where she's half visual desert ghost down one side and half visual.
Yes.
Half not.
That's cool.
Normal.
Yeah.
Very
She
cool.
was cool. Yeah.
So we've done a lot of stuff with Mario. We've got our Mario into a lot of projects actually, but the Hypo DG stuff was very cool. So we've got a het Hypo, but the visual desert ghost stuff with like black pastel, spot nose, and really dark jeans, leopard even in the mix on some of that was very cool because it just adds another color palette. It's like a creamy base. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. And you just have to see it in person, but it works amazing with black pastel. It's another whole color palette than what you see with any other jean.
All right.
And then I love the facial spots that you get with it. Those are beautiful.
I probably should check out Mario a little bit more.
Yeah, you should.
The head stamp with spot nose is very cool too. That's very cool.
I guess if for no other reason, I can walk around the facility yelling, "It's a me, a Mario," and that's worth it, right?
Every Mario clutch. That's how you can start.
It's a me, a Mario. Okay, so this is a Mario
Have-
Desert Ghost. Okay.
Have y'all hatched many Super Marios?
No, not a ton.
Not feeding them enough mushrooms.
Well, it mainly just because we're not trying to like the males we're using for those are multi-recessive that without Mario. We're just trying to further, adding Mario into different projects versus doubling it up.
It's a good Mario joke.
Super Mario or Bowser? You're gonna call it Bowser?
Oh, yes.
You know what, Billy? I think it's time you start taking over the naming, and I'll consult you for names.
What if
We'll
we
mess
paired
that
a
up.
Mario and a Peach? What do we get there,
Oh, we gotta be careful.
guys?
With Peach, you go dark. I love it. I love Peach with leopard. Probably Confusion would be great. Peach is really great with dark jeans.
Man, Justin did a good job putting you through the PR ringer here for all of his projects. Well done, Billy. Well done.
He's all self-taught.
We're making these projects, and I mean, our whole business model is to help breeders build their businesses and be successful. I mean, that's what we're about with our family. We want our family helping your family do exactly what you want to do in this hobby, whether you want to collect high-end snakes, low-end snakes, just pets, whatever you want. That's what we're about. So,
Patrick, maybe if you
Really?
sounded a little more like this, things would.
Oh my goodness, guys, sign up for Rice University. Fuck Canova University. Listen to that. We've got
Billy's new Patreon tiers are about to go online in 30 minutes after this, and you can sign up for Channing's classes on hognose and geckos. It'll be great.
I love it so much. This is good.
We seriously are passionate about that aspect of it, though. I love seeing a kid come up. Like we had a kid at the Arlington show that saved his money, or not saved his money. This is a different kid I'm thinking of. So this kid come up and he literally went like, I don't know if
I love it so much.
That's not good. I don't want to sell my snakes like a car salesman.
No, it's good. No, it's good, man. It is so rare to get people like this hyped about stuff and not sound fake.
The thing that motivates me with the people is not so much that they're just passionate about snakes, but people are passionate about animals, and then they're passionate about building their first business. And when I see young kids and people like that come to me wanting to start out their first business like that, it really invigorates me to want to help them, because I remember being the 19-year-old kid that, man, I went from about birth to, I'd say, about 8 years old, having everything in the world. And then my family getting a divorce and going through the hardest times I ever went through in my life till I was probably 9 through 16 or so. So I know what it's like to be the kid that has absolutely everything, and then the kid where you got the single mom working 3 jobs that barely can go buy you like a $10 backpack for school.
Yeah.
So I know both aspects of that, and I always was self-employed except for a year and a half in my life, and I mean, when I was 10 years old, I had my own lawn care business. I did it every day after school, to the point that my mom said, like, Billy, I'll give you some money if you want money. I said, no, I don't want your money. I want my money. So when I see people passionate about that, especially young people or just anybody in general, we're all about helping you build a business that you will actually make money on in the right projects. I mean, we want people doing well in this industry, and it's something we're super passionate about. I mean, we love it.
I think that is, like, you can hear it, right? And that's the difference between like somebody that wants a side hustle and like a true entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
Like
who understands that a rising tide floats all boats. Like if you get other people in and then they really enjoy it and they're also successful, everyone's successful. And that's what, at the end of the day, we want everyone to win. I mean, we get to breed snakes for a living. It's amazing.
We never turn away a question from anyone. It doesn't matter if they've bought a snake or not bought a snake. I mean, if they're interacting with us, we're interacting with them. We do not turn anything down whatsoever. We have any conversations with anybody about anything to do with this, and we never act like people come to the table and I'll tell them, what's the best animal to go with theirs. I'm not just trying to sell my animals, because if they're successful, they come back and they'll buy from you because you help them with an idea that makes them successful.
I agree, man. I agree.
100%.
I think there's a lot to be said for that aspect, right? Like,
sure.
I was going to say, I want to respond to Tracy too.
Yeah. Respond fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just DM me on Instagram.
I really think like the success of everybody in the industry helps all of us, right? Like I know people joke about the idea like we're in a pyramid scheme, and it's not entirely wrong, right? Like there is a pyramid, and the further up you go, the better quality animals, whatever. And your audience shifts the further up you go.
It's a pyramid without the scheme. That's
a pyramid without the scheme. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
There is no scheme.
There is a pyramid.
If they're scheming, they're not going to be scheming long, right?
Well,
some people it feels like have gotten to go under the radar for a long time, but yeah.
There's a pyramid, but like you got to help everybody out in that process, and it really does benefit all of us to make sure that whether you're at the top or the bottom, like you're being successful. And it's like, you'll see these animals, sometimes they get sold for way too much money. And you kind of look at it and you're like, that person's set up for failure right off the bat. And that doesn't do anything but help or hurt, because if that person gets burned and leaves the industry, like, well, on a selfish note, that's money that's leaving our industry, and we need more of that, right? And on a humanitarian note, like, not everybody has money to just burn and blow, So, yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you.
Yeah, the thing that I think one of the things that that's really bothered me through this downturn in the economy has just been the fact that the lower end people haven't been able to follow their dreams as well, because the lower end breeders that are breeding the pet stuff, just the people haven't had the money out there to purchase those animals. And I hate to say what you should sell an animal for, because I don't know what that person's going through in life. I mean, they've bought these animals, they're having to feed them. Who knows? They got to pay their food bill that week or whatever. So I hate to say, like, I try not to knock that very much on someone going a little bit lower than what I would do on a snake, because I can sit on it a little longer or something like that.
Yeah.
I won't be that person that tries to just bash on that, because I think we'll see this come back as soon as the economy comes back, and people, like, I don't even think it's a way right now. I just think the economy's so bad that the inflation's eating up a lot of the stuff, extra money that would be going into this right now.
Yeah. Oh, buddy. There's a lot of layers to this. And it's look, COVID was hyperinflationary for the ball python market pricing wise. Like, pricing was stupid high. For the first time ever that I can think of, pricing went up, which does not happen. And so we had the correction, which was going to happen. And then we've had an extra correction, which has been a bit more, right? So yeah, I think that's where, like, the people that are lean and that are surviving this, they're trying to stay lean, they're paying the bills, they're still producing cool animals, they're holding on, they're growing their business. Those are the people that on the other side of this are going to be much better off. Like, I don't think pricing is going back up as much as just demand for animals is going to come up.
Yeah.
It always has.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, you'll probably see a creep up in projects and certain things, but not like just an exponential jump.
Yeah, it won't be COVID again.
It'll be the new things. The new things will always be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it's always going to be.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah,
and man, can you believe, after like seeing the Pompeii that Justin's had, the Desert Ghost Pompeii now, what our future is like? I mean, isn't that crazy that we're seeing these kind of animals? And I'm not just shouting out Justin because we're partners. I'm just saying, like, look at the crazy stuff that's being hit right now, and imagine this business and industry 10 years from now. It's going to be amazing, the difference.
Yeah, the amount of clutches it took to hit that animal, though, Billy.
Yes.
Every spot in those DG combo clown girl I had heavy hitter in there trying to make that animal. Finally, after like 2 years and probably 60 plus eggs, we got it.
I was messing with them too, Patrick, because like we're hitting Pompeii's left and right this year, and then they're just like, "Oh, you have some Pompeii's, Billy. Get back in place."
That's hilarious.
Billy was trying to flex on us too much. We had to. Okay. I finally had to hit something.
I one of the things that I've really loved over the past couple of years is, and I actually had this conversation with Brian Cusco. We were at it's Tinley, I think, or something, and he asked the question. He's like, "How long do you think Justin is going to stay on top?" And I think it's an interesting question, and then it's also a nice little, like, fun thought experiment of, like, I don't know the answer to, like, how long is Justin going to stay on top, but that gap between Justin and the next person is going to get narrow every year, and there's nothing Justin can do about it.
Yeah, it does.
The time to make the new morphs is almost getting to the point of luck to hit them, right? Like, you talk about the DG Pompeii. You either are going to hit it within the odds, or you're going to get lucky and hit it very early. Or you could get obviously unlucky and hit it late. There's going to be a breeder that their first pairing, they're going to hit a DG Pompeii. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, they're going to be right there on that specific project with you. The thing Justin, company has is they have that across a bunch of projects. But as people continue to progress, right, that it gets narrow, And so that competition gets harder for everybody. It's not just harder for the small guys at some point, right? It's harder for the big guys too, because you got to keep crushing and putting out new stuff. So it's an interesting thing.
It absolutely will. I mean, that's what shed testing is doing for us. It's allowing us to work with less animals and increase our odds just exponentially. And
just save years of time.
yes.
Oh,
can't wait
yeah, just the white lace Pompeii, Billy. Come on, you've got like 3 or 4 of those, don't you?
We'll have it at least within 10 years.
Channing just over here throwing the iPad around.
Yeah, he's
no, this fell.
Excuses, Channing.
Excuses. I love it.
Always.
Yeah, man. It's some good projects, bud. I love it. I think it's some good stuff. Trying to think what other projects that you might be working that are cool. Obviously, you're doing monsoon stuff.
we're doing sunset.
Yeah.
We're doing like sunset clown pies.
Yeah.
And that project, waiting for the male just to come up a little bit farther. So that's something we'll be working on really soon. Just depends on when he wants to breed. He has the size now, but he just hasn't decided he wants to breed yet.
Buddy, isn't that the most frustrating?
Okay.
Oh,
Man.
one expensive female in my collection should have laid
2 years ago.
3 years ago, probably. Still haven't got a clutch from her.
Buddy, oh my God.
It was the most expensive at the time. She's not anymore. So
I had a inchy pied het lavender in like 2014. That bitch still hasn't laid. Okay. I can't tell you the bitterness that I have experienced over that female. Like, I feel your pain there. I get it completely.
And she's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
she's
Yeah. This
perfection of what you expect in a ball python, other than will not lay.
Dude, my girl gets to 20 millimeters every year and then just reabsorbs. It's like she just teases me. She teases me every
Had a
time.
couple of those girls. Yeah, they're exhausting.
I'm not getting rid of her. I refuse at this point.
Our Sunset DG boy, he still will not
really
touch a girl at all. Still.
Oh my God.
It's exhausting. It really is.
Y'all didn't spend a lot of money on him. Could you imagine?
I produced him.
The Sunset. Oh, you said Sunset DG, not Sunset.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sunset DG. No. I produced him.
Yeah, I was thinking the Sunset Pied.
Year and a half ago now.
Okay.
But it's okay. The dad that made him is going right ahead with all those hit girls again. Maybe I'll just get lucky, make another one, and that one will breed before this this one actually kicks in.
I already told you, Chase. Just send that boy to me, and we'll get him breeding at my place. It's fine.
Oh, I'm sure. You know what? That's probably all it takes, because we had the Chocolate Monarch het clown. Wouldn't breed anything for us, and you're like, you know what? We're gonna sell him. We're gonna let him know this is probably just a pet. As soon as they get him, they put him in with a girl, locked up.
That's probably the problem. He probably needs to come here and just visit for a couple of months.
That's it. I'm just gonna drive him down.
What are you
go
doing,
hang
Billy?
out for a weekend.
No, I asked first. Damn it.
Yeah, Billy's only a couple hours away though.
I'll drive down and get him myself. I don't care. Not that bad. Well, I'm willing. I was gonna take him home with me, but there were too many cameras watching me, so I couldn't steal him. Struggle is real. I actually tried to find an animal to buy at Justin's place, and I just couldn't find one I wanted. It was.
I know you left like kind of disappointed. You're like, well, I came here to say hi and bye, but I was trying to get something too.
I know
it's tough when you get there and you see that many animals. If you're trying to pick one, it's tough. If you're going to pick a few, it's easier. But if you're just going there and you want to pick up one really nice animal, I mean, it's not that you can't do it. It's just like you're in Candyland. So I mean, tough.
For me, it's, and I'm sure y'all are in the same boat, and a lot, everybody should be getting there. We get very you need to pick up the right animal, right? It's not just picking up a nice animal. It's you look through and you're like, what do I need, and how does it fit into my projects over the next 5 to 10 years, right? Whatever that is. And so you get very specialized in what you need, and not everybody can just fill that need, right? And so it's funny, like Chase and I were going through stuff, and I'm like, this is what I need. What do we have? And it was like, nothing. You just don't have that, unfortunately. You're like, okay, like then this is where we're at, unfortunately. This sucks, but it's the way it goes, The struggle is real. So
yeah, it's definitely a struggle at times.
first world problems for sure.
It's so good though when we have a customer that reaches out and they are like that specific about things, because then you know they're taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
They're looking at their projects, what they have now, and what they want to make in the future. And it's always nice to have that and be able to have that conversation.
100%. Yeah, because Justin, when Justin goes to the show, when you guys come, Chase, you don't bring a lot of animals because most of your animals are on. Y'all built the brand. Everybody reaches out to Canova, but with us, a lot of our customers, just like, does it actually help sales to bring more animals? With us, it does, because so many of our customers want that specific animal, and they want it without, yellow belly or without red stripe or without black pastel. And so when I can put a few more animals in a display, it makes a difference on your sales for us.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because they're just people are so project specific. And I love that because, I do want people getting it what they want so that they absolutely make the most of the project that they're in.
Yeah. I love it, man.
That's what I love about the Atlanta show, that people would bring their phone up and be like, hey, do you have this here? And show us a morph market out of ours. I'm like, I don't, but I tell you what, I'll just bring it tomorrow if you really want it. If you just want to pay for it now, I'll bring him to you. So save on shipping.
And to pay for it.
I would love if we could do that at Tinley.
I love it. No, it's good. So Tinley is in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
time's getting away from you. I didn't realize it's that soon.
Yeah, I forgot to buy my plane ticket till yesterday, so I can assure you it's 2 weeks.
That's great.
And you paid the 2 week away price, didn't you?
Buddy, $800 later. Yeah, that was rough. I don't regret that decision at all. All right, so y'all are vending Tinley.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay, that's exciting.
Come right past Canova and come right back.
Yeah, skip over our table. It's fine. We'll have a lot of normals and just like heads and go straight to Billy's.
I love it. Are you going to have any cool swag for people, or are you just going to bring snakes to sell to people?
Dawn actually has hoodies now. So we have hoodies and we have hats, shirts.
They are like the most comfortable hoodies, by the way. I wear my Rice Reptiles one a lot.
All right, now.
It's not the hoodie, it's the logo. It just makes you feel good.
Is that what it is? It's actually not the comfortable hoodie. It's the brand that I have on.
Everything in your life is better with a little rice.
Man.
Everything.
Billy,
Patrick, when are you going to hire him just a PR for you?
I was going to say, Billy, this is just oozing, and I love it so much. It's good.
No.
Good.
Y'all think this is good that he has so many things he can come up with? No. Wait until you're his daughter, and he loves to make fun of you. No, it is bad. It is so bad.
That's his job, though. He is your dad.
No, this is good.
Trust me, the stories I've told Billy about what my dad did to me, it's their dad's job to embarrass.
I love it. Well, I'm going to be bringing some Aura swag just for you guys, so it'll be good.
Cool.
Yeah, man. So.
And not for Molly. Make sure Molly doesn't get one.
Oh, Charlie. You know what? I like this plan, Billy. We need to talk. I like this plan. You know what? I think it would be an upgrade. I don't know if Molly's still here. I hope she didn't hear that, but Billy might be an upgrade. Oh, I love that so much. Oh, it's gonna be good. All right, we're getting towards the end. Is there anything else you want to say to people?
The people or us?
People. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
Know about a little bit of rice.
Yeah. Canning.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's it.
Did we lose him? Oh my god, we just lost him. Channing said, "I'm done. I'm out. I have no other."
Channing pulled a Molly.
Oh my god.
She just detonated the stream.
Oh my god, that was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I love that so much.
Don't worry, it was just a category 8 or what is it? What is it when you have an earthquake? What do they call it? It's not magnitude 8. Magnitude 8, not a category 8. We're used to hurricanes. I'm thinking category 4.
I love it so much. Oh my god. All right, Billy. Last words for the people. What do you got?
Just come visit us at Tinley, guys. We just can't wait to be at the big show, and we're super excited about this season. Like, the stuff we're having this season, of course, is better than the last season. And we're just like guys like Mikey right there. I mean, we just can't get enough of the good people in this industry. Mikey was one of the guys that during this hurricane, they reached out to us, willing to come help us deal with the aftermath of this, and it was just crazy what we went through with that. And I love this community. I love the people. The farther we get into this and the friendships that we make, this is some of the most fun that I've ever had in my life. And if you don't know us yet, it's because you haven't come and talked to us. So absolutely reach out to us and talk to us, because we want to work with you, and we want to see the things that you're making.
I love it. That's beautiful. Best way for people to get a hold of y'all?
So we're Rice Family Reptiles on Instagram. We had to take that because someone has three snakes has Rice Reptiles.
That checks out.
It's always someone with 3 snakes.
Yes, probably 3 snakes and maybe a gecko. And then if you're right now our website's down being redone, so we're ricereptiles.net instead of .com right now, but you can find us under there, and then Rice Reptiles at Facebook, and then Channing with Reptico on Instagram, and soon maybe Reptico.com. Who knows?
I love it. That's fantastic.
That's awesome. Guys, make sure you go visit them. Check them out in Tinley. They always bring amazing animals, and they're amazing people. Get to know them.
It's good stuff. Chase, best way for people to get a hold of you?
JKRMGR on Instagram and Canova everywhere else.
Love it, guys.
Patrick?
Aura Reptiles literally everywhere. Please go like, subscribe. I need the attention. I feed off of it. All right. Thank you all so much. And Billy, if you'll stay around for a second, I'm gonna hit the outro. Everybody else, thank you all for hanging out with us.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll see you next week.